Hello everyone, it's Isabel Emberscroll and welcome back to a new Star Stable video. So today we are going to be talking about the update that's going to be coming in 2 days, which everyone is excited about, including me. So finally, Star Stable has decided to add age and gender for your horses, which is just literally gets rid of all the confusion, especially when you're trying to choose out your horses, or if you have like a YouTube channel and you're trying to do like a showing your horses video, you don't know if it's a mare or stallion. You don't know what age it is. It's just confusing, especially like for me when I go into my stable and I'm like, oh yeah, this one's a it just makes you pause and think, like, is this a boy or girl? And like if you have a horse from like 4 years ago, you don't know what age it is. It could be still young, it could be like way up in the old age, it could be in the middle. It's just filled with confusion because especially when you're trying to do a realistic roleplay video, and it's just everything has confusion, and this update's going to make it a lot better. Even though it's so small, it just feels huge because they're finally adding the gender, which is like you can finally have, instead of just making up your gender for your horse, you can actually have a specific boy or girl and your age. It's just so much exciting for this, and specifically, I don't know like where all of this is going. It could go into our section where we have all of our like experience for the horse, for our levels and stuff. That's where they could go. So it's specifically hard to tell until the update actually comes, but it's just so exciting to think that we're actually getting age and gender into the game for our horses now. So without anything else, let's get straight into this video. So we're going to be looking at our character sheet for mostly of the time, trying to find where we could exactly have our age and gender shown. So there is enough space to like have our age like right there, probably below the horse XP. So it could say like age 3, and then the gender over in this section would be like mare. Kind of that easy, but like here's one other thing. How do we know like where are we going to be able to, since like we have the horses that we already bought, how are we going to change their gender? Will they have them like specifically where we go? Because I know we are going to also be able to change our horse's name, which that'll probably be where we already have for our characters, which is like located in 𝓔𝓷𝓷 Village, 𝓵𝓸𝓿𝓮, all those places where we're able. And they gave us something that said we'd be lowered to 65 star coins for changing our horse's name. And what really caught my attention and was super hilarious was when they were giving us the update saying that we're going to get our change names, age, and gender for our horses, how they said, if you don't like your horse's name 𝓵𝓵. They just gave these random names, but it was hilarious how they said it. It's like, if you don't like your horse's name 𝓵𝓵 and you want to change it to something that'll suit it better, that like you want 𝓚𝓚. That was just hilarious because of how they said that. Just gave a random example, but the names they chose was hilarious. So on to the next. I believe our gender could be in 2 different kind of places that I'm just guessing where they could be. Number 1, they could be in the section where we're going to be changing our horse's name, since we already have horses that we bought, and if we want to change their gender to, like, say we already have one that's technically we don't, but if you want to change your horse to like a mare and you don't know where to put it, I'm sure they would have it like there where we change our name. And then the second place for like if we bought new horses, it could be in the section, but it could be. I think I feel like this could be another one, is where we're buying horses and we go to buy it and then we choose our horse's name. It could be in that section. It could have like, do you want mare or stallion? That I feel like is where it could be, since like maybe if you want to like change it again, it could cost star coins, but it could be free for that part and you just have to buy the horse. I feel like that's where it could be for where you buy new horses. I just feel like that makes a lot more sense to be where the gender could be. And for the age, I have no idea. It just sounds very confusing. Like, could it be in the section, or could it just, you know, it could actually, no, this next, it doesn't make sense now that I say it. It could just come on, like, when you buy the horse, it could just show up. Or if you have one horse, it could just randomly show up and say the horse, like, from when you bought it. And then the new, like, it's all confusing. It made more sense in my mind, but now that I'm saying it, it doesn't sound a lot. I'm just gonna try to go through it slowly. So let's just say I'm gonna say that Cherry is our example here. So I just bought Cherry, and the age came out like 2 days after Cherry. I just got Cherry. So then I feel like because you already have it, it would just show up randomly and you'd have it. So Cherry, I bought her. So I don't think she's even like a year old, but she just looks like an adult. But it could be that it would be a couple months older. But just like, I have a horse from like, say like my beginner horse is like 3 years old. So would it show up? I think it would show up immediately and say 3 years old. It's still not set yet, but that's just my guess of what it could be. It doesn't make sense though. I tried to do it slower, but it still doesn't make sense. Because it's an age and these are horses you've already had. Does it show up immediately? Do you have to like do something to get it? It's just all confusing, but at least we got the gender part down. That makes sense. With the name changing, I feel like that's where it's gonna be, and when you buy horses, it's gonna be in the changing the name section. That just makes better sense than your age for your horses. You know what would be awesome though? Because they're adding age for our horses, it would be so cool to have age for our riders as well, because, you know, that's just all cool together. Just have like your age, like age 3 for your horse, and then maybe like random, like whatever do you want, age 16 to 20, however. But I just feel like I've always, from when I was young and started playing Star Stable, I always just was like, you know, I'll just pretend my level is my age. That's always what I thought when I was so young, because I had another account before that was like higher than this, and I probably don't remember it at all, but when I was super young, around like 5 or something, I can't remember, but I used to pretend that my level was my age. It's always what I thought when I was younger. It's just, that's what my mind was back then. How my mind was working. Just thought my level was my age. But it would just be so cool to actually have your own age for your character, and that's just another idea, because since they're already adding age and all that stuff for our horses, it would be just cool to think that they could add us something for the character. It's just a guess, but I kind of wish they would do that for our characters. I feel like we got a pretty good idea of what could come out in the next 2 days on the age and gender for our horses. Also, name change. Feel like we got a pretty good idea of what could come out. I might not be right, but we do know for sure that the age and gender are coming out, and that is super exciting. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Also follow me on Instagram at Isabel Emberscroll, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!